in a very, very pleasant and light manner. I don't have the luxury of having his microphone, but I'll try and do my best to follow him. So I wish all the participants here and the panelists who will be speaking over the course of the rest of the conference all the best. And I'm certain that the Minister of IT and Telecom, when she comes, will shed more light on what the government is doing in the IT space in terms of the Digital Nation Pakistan initiative. But I would just like to use this opportunity to speak on the economic side of things. Just a quick recap on where we stand specifically on IT and Telecom, and also the initiatives the Prime Minister is taking for digitization. So first and foremost, the economy. Many of you who are here are aware, and you see this in the news every day. You follow this as part of your jobs, your respective roles. The last year and a half has seen a journey towards macroeconomic stability. We agreed an IMF program, that's a 37-month, $7 billion IMF program last year. The budget that was announced last year was also discussed with the IMF and formed the foundation of the program that we are currently in. We've recently passed the review, and over the course of the year, or the past year and a half, inflation has been brought down from around 23% in fiscal year 24 to 4.5% in fiscal year 25. We've seen a policy rate reduction from 22% to 11%, which has played a significant role in reducing the cost of business across sectors. We've seen our government achieving the primary balance target with the IMF, which is the single most important number in an IMF program every year. And in addition, we've seen recently a rise in exports. We've posted our first current account balance surplus in the past 14 years, and the highest current account surplus in 22 years. We posted a $2.1 billion surplus. Foreign exchange reserves are healthy. We obviously want them to improve further, but the State Bank currently has around $15 billion of reserves. Around $5.5 billion are with the commercial banks. We are at $20 billion of reserves. So we've made good progress on the macroeconomic front, and I think the idea now is, and the objective now is, which the Prime Minister mentions repeatedly, is that we want to have a permanent solution to these IMF programs and not having to return to them in the future. And that will only be possible if we are able to achieve sustainable and inclusive economic growth. Now that again is a phrase that has been heard often in these rooms at these conferences. But what that really means is, after achieving this macroeconomic stability, which I've just mentioned, and by the way, I would also like to mention, governments always make claims, and then when investors and industries try to test these claims, they look at third parties, they look at international reputable organizations, they look at their take and their say on what the government is saying. So over the past year, we've seen a Standard & Poor's upgrading Pakistan, we've seen Fitch upgrading Pakistan, we've seen Moody's improve our outlook to positive. This is just an example of some of the improvement we've made. We've signed a 10-year, $20 billion strategic country partnership with the World Bank, as well as with the IFC. So things are on the up, but we've been here before in some ways as an economy. We've seen boom and bust cycles. We've seen the economy go through foreign exchange reserve crises, embark on a journey of stability, achieve stability, and then as the economy moves towards growth again, and we breach the 4 or 5% GDP growth threshold, we see imports rising and exports not rising in the same proportion. And we see ourselves in a foreign exchange reserve crisis again, and we end up in a crunch. And that is the challenge this time. That is the challenge that we have to address, and that can only be done through export-led growth. When we talk about sustainable and inclusive growth, it primarily for me means two things. Sustainable